Hey there, Start here. I remembered to stop myself before I cleared the beast from behind, the daily quest. I wanted to make sure I got a recording of it for you guys today, so you can have that. You've probably already checked out, several different ways to clear it, but if you are still struggling with this one, because it is a little bit beefy, it's a bit of a thick boss. Especially if you're trying to do it with, like, as many of the bonus units as you can get, and maybe you haven't picked up any of the on banner Neo Visions that are out there. But yeah, with the team I'm going to show you, taking my EX+0 Esther super budget build here. Just throw in whatever units you have there. I will say that having a Neo Vision Gal is very important for this strategy, mainly for the bolting strike chains. So, if you don't have one of the materials that grants somebody the Extreme Nova chaining frames to go with Esther, then it's really not a problem as long as you have two other units that can chain bolting strike together, because Esther's, or I should say Extreme Nova chains, weave very well with two other units triple casting bolting strike, and I'll show you how that works. But that does mean that it requires a gal. Now, most of you probably have a gal, at least one lying around, and they give you all the materials from the summon boxes to get him at least to EX+0. That's why mine is only EX+0. I did not plan ahead and save all my 3-star gals, so I literally, this is all I have. I have an EX+0 gal. I am ashamed to admit. But he gears pretty decently well with some budget gear. So Rune Claws, that was the last 3-star Neo Vision Awakening that we got, Amaranth, from the Final Fantasy IX event, and it is a two-handed fist with a pretty decent attack stat, so that works really well on Gal. The upgraded Glorious Headpiece is really great. Gal's SDMR is actually really nice. A Beast Killer Plus, that's 75% Beast Killer on a 50 attack accessory. It's quite nice, and it of course gives Gal an extra 500 attack, which is kind of nice for Gal. But yeah, otherwise, I just, I mean, he's got very budget gear, as you can see here. I gave him, I didn't even give him an Final Fantasy VI card. So, trying to keep all of this very, very budget. Edgar is just here for the breaks. Shadow is going to be the provoke unit. So he just needs to be 100% evade, 100% passive provoke. He actually doesn't even have to be passive provoke. He has an active provoke ability in his kit, so you could probably just ignore it, but it's easier just to go ahead and gear him for passive provoke, I guess. Shining Guardian of Hope gives him the 100% light resist. That's for the single target holy attack that he will provoke. And so Kefka is going to chain triple bolting strike with Gal, and so he needs Erinya's ring because he doesn't have a native bolting strike chaining skill. So I gave him Ramut Esper, which allowed him to pick up Thundara, which does bolting strike chains, and that way he can triple cast that and chain with Gal. Now I will make a quick note on Gal. You do have to upgrade his ability, Megavolt. You only have to upgrade it to level 2, I believe, to get it to change the bolting strike chains. The first time I went in, it was just a one-hit move, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be bolting strike change. You have to upgrade it to get it to be bolting strike chains. So just so you know that, because that tripped me up when I first went in. As far as Esther goes, she's a pretty budget build here. Her STMR is the most quote-unquote non-budget item on the list. Riser's Crown, any other high attack helm, honestly I could even take that off. I might take it off because it's not unnecessary, because Golden Riser came out a long time ago. You might not have them. Infernal Battle Garb, that comes from Infernal Fire Rain. It has 50% Beast Killer in it, so that's a nice one Tyvis Gauntlet, that one's free. Choco Plushie, that's from Trot. Indestructible Light, Beast Killer Plus, Advanced Weaponry, and Ling's card. So should be topped up. 300% Beast, 300% LB damage, ready to rock and roll. So yeah, we are going to get in here and we're going to slay this, and I'm going to show you how we get this done with Esther. Now, you could also put, like Chizuru in Esther's slot. You could put Olive in Esther's slot. You could do Neovision Awakened Golbez. The only problem with Golbez is you need an external imbue. We're going to go Lightning Element on this one. Even though the Behemoth has a 50% lightning resistance, we're going to imperil that enough that we're going to be able to still kill it. It is weakest to fire. It has a 50% innate fire weakness, and it has no resistance to ice. So fire and ice are the preferable elements. So if you want to bring a Golbez in, just make sure you can imbue them with fire or ice. You could even try giving him, like an ice or a fire weapon, but I don't know too many like two-handed mag-based fire or ice weapons that he could wield. So, you probably need an external imbue to bring Golbez. But we're going to take Esther and we're going to get this done real quick. Let's see how we do the daily. All right, Kefka, he's actually just going to guard. Gao is going to use this Ooh skill that adds lightning element and gives him an amp. Shadow, he can just guard. Edgar is going to do Bravo Figaro for the breaks. Esther is going to do True Stormbrand, Energizing Bunny, and Calm Before the Storm. All right. I love the classic battle theme from Final Fantasy VI. Although I prefer the Black Mage's interpretation of it. The heavy metal version. That's a much better version in my opinion, but that's just me. All right, so Kefka will do triple Thundara and then end with a Drain. That's just because I don't want anything to disrupt the chain. Sometimes if you do like a Thunder, like a one-hit move or something like that, it disrupts the chain. So doing Drain makes sure we don't disrupt that. Esther will do her LB. I did do triple Megavolt, right? And so the way that you change these is quite simple. You tap Esther first, and then like a very brief delay. So like you do like tap and go, tap and go, and so you tap Esther first and go on Gao and Kefka. So here we go, tap and go, tap and go. All right. And yeah, you basically do that exact same thing on the next stage. Easy, very, very easy. Of course, if you can do it with a whole squad of FF6 bonus units, that's the way to go. This is just me showing you how to do it in case you don't have the latest and greatest, but you do have an EX+0 Esther lying around. So we're just going to set up exactly the way exactly the way we did before. Gao does ooh, guard, Figaro, Bravo, Figaro. All right, so this time Behemoth's just going to do some single target attacks, which Shadow will provoke and evade. All right, and now we just do exactly what we did last time. All right, triple bolting strike. And triple bolting strike. All right, and again, just tap and go, tap and go, tap and go. And there you go. That's how you kill the undead Behemoth. All right. Nothing to it. Esther still got it. All right, I'm kind of interested to see how Gao did on the damage. Okay, never mind. Yep. Esther definitely carried that one. I was interested because, he actually had a higher attack stat. Of course, he was just doing a chaining skill, but it has a decent modifier on it. I think it's got like a 180 times modifier on it. But still, Esther doing her LB obviously is going to carry the fight. Gao's just there to do the chaining. If you do have like if you have enough Gals to make an EX3 Gal, he's actually quite powerful against the Crown Battle, the one that's Final Fantasy VI exclusive units. If you have an EX3 Gal, he will obliterate the Ultima weapon on that Crown Battle for you, and that's a nice cheap budget version. I wish I had an EX3 Gal so I could show you, but he is quite strong because his SLB, I think it has a 360 or 380 times modifier against beasts, because it does a 200 times modifier to beasts and then just a 160, I think, on the other side. So yeah, he's fairly strong against beasts. Otherwise, he's a throwaway unit, just there for the bonus. So hope this was helpful to you guys. Stay tuned. I am still working on part 2 of my budget-friendly tour of destruction with Golbez, so I might even be able to get that one out tonight. So stay tuned for that. It'll be out soon, hopefully by the end of the weekend at the latest. All right, thank you guys for following me, and I will see you on the other side.